Welcome to the webinar where I'll be showing you the #1 financial product in practice, how to be your own bank, access liquid cash, and grow your money guaranteed and tax-free. And that's really only the beginning. To tell you a little about me, I have a very athletic background that showed me a lot of discipline and resilience. I've had very humble beginnings coming from a mother that was raising 3 kids on her own. And as you know, just one kid is real tough. And, that really fueled me to do better and learn about finances because my family didn't have that. So I'm here to change that for myself and for you guys. I'm an entrepreneur. I am now a financial professional, and my natural talent is serving others. Okay. What I have done is studied money with an open mind, all the financial products, not because of Wall Street or its influences. Now, why I chose infinite banking, cash value life insurance? Well, it's the strongest strategy for saving, for retirement, and for estate planning. And it takes care of everything at the same time. Now, it's very misunderstood or misled by brokers selling stocks, but I'm here to give you the truth and clear the air. My mission is to help families take control of their wealth. And outside of work, you can catch me at the gym, traveling, or really spending time with my family. Little housekeeping. This is a very impactful financial product you can learn. This would be the time to silence your phones or put away anything that could be distracting from this lesson. This can be life or death knowledge for you. It can shape your future incredibly, not just for you, but for your family. And the difference between wealth and struggle often comes down to education, not effort. So just be present, be intentional, and treat this like an investment to yourself, and pat yourself in the back for just being here. You guys are putting time aside to become better. My goal is very simple. I want to transform your finances, not only for you, but for your loved ones. This is going to be the most impactful thing you learn. It's a system that's better to save and grow your money tax-free. It's away from the volatile market. You have predictability, you have guarantees, and it's going to show you how to achieve a tax-free retirement and estate planning. Now, this part of the portion of the presentation, we're really just going to be talking about the core problems because we need to understand we have a problem before we want to provide or do a solution for that problem, right? So we're going to be covering US debt and inflation, the retirement gamble, and market problems. So first things first, we have incredible amount of debt in the United States. And as you can see in this recording I have here of the US debt clock, it's just growing and growing. And I checked recently, we're already at 38 trillion. If you want to see where the debt is, it's in the top left, US national debt. If you want to see how much we're making a year, it says it right here to the right. 5 trillion we're bringing in compared to being in debt already 38 trillion. Why is this happening? Why is debt always increasing? Well, as you can see with your own eyes, we're just not bringing enough money in with taxes. And we're spending a lot of money when it comes to programs like Social Security, Medicare, which are rising as the population ages. So debt will be increasing because of government spending and how much we're bringing in. It's just not enough. Another big factor, fractional reserve banking. You see, fractional reserve banking creates 80 to 97% of all money in circulation. And it's created by commercial bank lending. It's a normal practice our banks take. It's debt-based money creation. That's all it does. We're creating money out of thin air. We're creating more and more debt. Now, if you want to Google this, search it up on YouTube. You can learn this in a quick 10-minute video. I recommend it. Just so you can understand one very, very key thing. And that is inflation is inevitable under our monetary system. There's nothing you can do to dodge this. So where can you store your money to grow safely above inflation, preserve its value, and generate profits for you and not the banks? Okay? That's what we need to focus on when it comes to US debt and inflation. We can't do anything about what they're doing with the banks and how they operate and how they create money. There's nothing you can do about it. But what you can do is find a solution. What is the practical solution you do have control over? And that's a better place to park your money. Why does it matter so much? Well, the banks are creating debt and inflation. What do they do with your money? They're profiting on it. They're loaning it out, right? They're making profits. What do you get in return? 1%, maybe less, maybe 3, 4% with the high yield savings account. But even then, that's taxed. So, not the best solution. We can know that just by looking at it. That really covers US debt and inflation. Now we have the retirement gamble. Frontline is PBS's flagship investigative documentary series, known for its in-depth reporting on complex, controversial issues, such as retirement vehicles used today. So pretty much, they have a special investigative journalism question the authorities that are selling this, but also talk to the families that were affected. Now, to get straight into the point of what retirement gamble's talking about, well, it's talking about 401ks, IRAs, mutual funds, pension plans, and even annuities that aren't designed for your benefit. They may paint it as if it's designed for you, but the truth is they're built to keep Wall Street profitable. Now, I recommend anyone to check this documentary series out. It's 45 minutes long or so, and it'll really open your eyes on the problem you have with the 401ks, IRAs, mutual funds, and everything in between. To get to the point, this is what you need to know. This is what they cover. High hidden fees for number one. It could be 1%, 5%, and it may seem like it's not much, but over time, with the compounding effect, this can cost you about 1/3 of your contributions to your retirement, to your savings. That's a lot of money if you ask me. Another thing, market volatility. They may paint the picture as if you're going to be a millionaire because they act like they can predict the market. But the truth is, your money is at risk constantly. You see, downturns in the market are considered normal behavior. You can lose a portion or you can lose all of it. Some people know this and some people don't. The one thing I hate the most about these vehicles is that you're locked out of your own money. How is this right to you? This is your hard-earned money, and they're telling you you can't touch it until you're 60. It's a ridiculous notion if you ask me. And if you touch it, what are you facing? You're facing taxes and a 10% fee. Ridiculous. Your money isn't truly yours until the system says so. I don't agree with this, and this is why I've never contributed into a 401k or IRA. This is another documentary from Frontline, and they're covering pension plans, you see, because there is a multi-trillion-dollar shortfall in America's pension funds. That's a lot of money, guys. Multi-trillion. They're saying it's about $4 trillion or over. And this was reported a while ago. I'm sure by now it has increased. Now, what's the problem here? It's that all this money is going into the market, and then there's all types of trouble. Why? You see, the market doesn't come with any guarantees. It's all risk, guys. If you're all market, you're all risk. So, again, getting straight to the point, what are they covering in this documentary? Hidden fees, market exposure, and the lack of peace of mind a true financial security provides. Okay. The real question is this truly the most effective way to protect and grow your wealth? Hell no. You see, I know that because I've studied all of them, and I'm here to show you a better way. Okay, core problems. We already covered two. We got one more to cover. Market problems. You see, the crash always comes. If you're all in on Wall Street and in the market, you're all in on risk. This is this real life graph of the S&P 500 and its performance over the years. As you can see, whenever it crashes for 15 years or more. What does this mean for you? If it crashes before your retirement, it's going to take 15 years or more just for you to get back to the value you were at with your stocks. Now, this is truly gambling because you can't predict when the market's going to crash. You cannot. No one can. And when it does, it wipes out an average of 32% or more. There's no real peace of mind if you ask me. What's the biggest gamble? Well, if you're 58 or maybe even turning 60 soon or 65, retirement's around the corner and this crashes, that means you have to wait 15 years or more just to retire. That is not peace of mind. And let me tell you something. I've been studying all of these products and these advisors that say to do this. And you know what they all say? Hold. You only lose if you sell. That's what they're going to tell you once you call them and the market crashes. That's not a real solution if you ask me, because now you're going to be 60, 65, getting close to retirement. And what? You're going to pick up a job for 15 years and wait? That's not a solution, guys. And this is why I recommend checking out the documentary, The Retirement Gamble, because this happened to many Americans using these traditional vehicles. So it can open your eyes and see, and you can see for yourself that this is a real problem that's happening in today's world. Again, no peace of mind here. The core problems, we've covered most of them. And again, why do those market problems happen? There's no control of the market. There's no control of the market. And if you don't have control, guess what? There's going to be consequences. This is the deeper purpose behind why I want to help you in finding the best solution, which I have. I've studied them all, guys, every single product. And this one beats them all by a long shot. There's just too much uncertainty when it comes to these vehicles. How much uncertainty do you have when it comes to your financial plan? How much uncertainty do you have when it comes to your retirement and how it's going to look like? There's a lot of questions you could ask yourself around uncertainty. And this is why I want to help you. So what's the practical solution and how are people using it today? Well, let's review who's actively using this strategy today. Who's actively using this asset? And this is some credibility in action. We have US Bank, Citibank, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, Walt Disney, JCPenney, McDonald's, and so on. That's right. Even your banks are using this strategy. It's mind-blowing. And we're barely scratching the surface with this list. I'm just showing you popular names that you're familiar with that are using this asset. So what do they have in common? They all use cash value life insurance in their business or personal lives. And why do they do it? What's the number one reason why? Well, they overcome uncertainty. There's predictability, there's guarantees, there's dividends, and this is not in the market. This word will blow your mind. I mean, it definitely blew mine. Holy, when I found out about this, I was shocked. Your own banks are using this asset. They have over $205 billion reported in cash value. Bank-owned life insurance, that's what it stands for. Now, over 3,000 banks are using this nationwide, and it's on the balance sheets, guys. You can find this on Google. You can see it for yourself, that this is real. That's a lot of money in something that's supposedly a scam, which is what these stockbrokers like to say to steer you away. So, what's the asset? A high cash value, dividend paying whole life policy. It's also known as an infinite banking policy or the infinite banking concept. Another important thing you should know is it has more names. If you've seen these names, this is what they're referring to. And I need to address something. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out here promoting infinite banking that are just not doing it right. They're either doing the wrong product for you, they're either setting you up with the wrong company, they're either funding the policy incorrectly, and these are all very important steps you need to take to have your policy perform well. Now, I am certified with Nelson Nash's Institute, so you can be confident that none of those issues are going to happen when you do your business with me. So why should this stand out as the right choice for you and your family? Well, we have guaranteed interest, annual dividends. It's compounding on a tax-free basis. You're free of fees. They don't exist with this policy. You're free of market volatility, and it's inflation proof, guys. It's inflation proof. And most importantly, this is what you get from it: peace of mind. You don't have to worry anymore. Another thing you guys should know about the infinite banking policy, other than the guarantees, it's also liquid. You can access your money within 30 days, tax-free and penalty-free. That's very, very powerful. Now, it's also protected from lawsuits, creditors, and bankruptcy in most states. And it comes with an estate plan. And that's just added for good measure. Very, very powerful stuff, guys. And again, the most important thing you should be getting from this strategy, once you understand it, is peace of mind. Now, thank you for joining my webinar on infinite banking concept or infinite banking policy, where we're covering the core problems. If you have any questions or want to see how the strategy would look for you and your family, book your call in the Infinite Wealth Strategy website using the link below. And if you'd like to see how the policy performs and an example of someone, there's also a presentation in my website there, so you can go more in depth. Again, thank you for joining my webinar, and I'll see you guys soon.